All right, class. This is a screencast to help you if you get stuck on your Cinemania project. Um, okay, so basically, this covers a lot of things that we did over the semester. Um, you're going to create a short narrative film that includes the required production editing techniques that we've been studying and required elements to get you to be creative in your filmmaking here. All right, so you're going to have to write a script and a storyboard. So there'll be grades for both the script and the storyboard. You got to have a beginning, middle, and end to the film. So there has to be some kind of story structure. I know it's hard with a 1 minute film, but um, it doesn't have to be, uh, you know, super dramatic, but you have to have an inciting incident, some rising action, and some kind of climax conclusion there. Um, okay, you have to be the camera operator and director of your film. Okay, so if you're in it, I know right off the bat that you're not the camera operator, and you're going to lose a lot of points for that part of it. Um, use a shot list going into this. It'll help you. Okay, if you're going to have camera movements, please don't just wave the camera around. Make your camera movements intentional. We learned a little bit about intentional camera movements. Um, so if you don't need to have camera movements in there, you can have a camera on a tripod or held really steady the whole time and just cut between different shots. That's definitely acceptable. Okay. Must be edited in Premiere Pro. That's what we're learning how to use for certification in the next class after this. So use Premiere Pro, please. Okay, you're going to want to have multiple tracks. Video 1 for your A roll, video 2 for B roll, video 3 for text, audio, an audio separate audio track for music and for sound effects, possibly. Use appropriate transitions. You don't need a Star Wars circle wipe between each scene. Okay, this will help you save often, back up your files. Make sure you know where your files are. Um, don't work off your card. You're going to lose that card. Someone else is going to be working on their movie and come in after your class and record on that card or take it home with them without telling me. And then you're not going to be able to get your images. Please double check. Make sure that someone else can check your files. Make sure you can, a different student can access it. Okay, so that you know that it's that I can access it. You're going to have to include a timeline of your screenshot or a screenshot of your timeline, excuse me, so I can see your work. The actual exported movie file so we can show it in class the last week. This is new. Um, it's a credit slate, and I'll talk about that here. Your screenplay, you're going to have to turn that in, and your storyboard. Okay, all classes, everybody has to have at least 9 different shots. You have to have a J cut or an L cut and a match cut transition between scenes. So let me show you an example of a 1 minute film that has, you think it's hard to use 9 different shots in your film. Let's watch this. He says a curse word at the beginning of this, so I have to mute it. He says that's something BS. Um, so here we are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of the same one as earlier. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we're like at more than 20 here. So 1 minute film has easily twice, and that's a match cut right at the end there. That's easily twice the number of shots. All right, so extra credit. Extra credit. This is a secret extra credit. If you send me a message using the inbox here, and you give me the definition of continuity, you can copy and paste it from right here if you want. If you send me the definition of continuity, the first 3 people that email it to me from each Video Studio section will get, let's say up here, we'll do 5 extra. It's 150 point assignment. Let's go ahead and make it 10 extra points for submitting inbox message that has continuity. Okay, and we're going to write here only. Okay. Okay, 9 different shots, J cut or L cut. You got to have a match cut that we were just learning about. Okay. B3, your required dialogue is he's a friend from work. She's a friend from work. They're a friend from work also count. So this is from Thor Ragnarok. Nice little quote there. Okay, prop, a magazine. Someone in your short film has to be reading a magazine, carrying a magazine, I don't know, swatting a fly with a magazine. Something having to do with a magazine has to be a prop in there. That's only for B3. B4 people. Okay, Ferris Bueller quote here. It's a little childish and stupid, but then so is high school. All right. Ferris Bueller quote right there. It's a little childish and stupid, but then so is high school. Prop, you have to have a key. Okay. Little key, big key. Be creative. If whatever you're thinking of can be used as a key, it'll probably work. Extra credit. Okay, you got to figure out these extra credits on your own. Remember we did a dialogue scene to begin the semester? You got to have a dialogue scene. That means having both people in the frame and then an over the shoulder for each character, and it has to follow the 180-degree roll. Okay, a rack focus shot. We've never studied that. You have to look that up, figure out how to do it, and include that in your movie. Rolling end credits. There's a link right here to a tutorial on YouTube that shows you how to roll your end credits. Okay, you can't have more than 100%. So if you include all 3 of these, you could get an 85% on your, no, anyway, the percentage doesn't work out because anyway, you can get these 15 extra credit points, but you can't get more than 100% on your end of semester grade. So class favorite, if it includes all the required elements, you'll get an automatic 100%. If you don't have required elements, those are the only points I'll take off. Okay. Razzie Award, uh, you'll get raised by 1 letter grade, and at the minimum, you'll get a 70%. So if you messed a whole lot of things up, you're going to end up with, like a 50%. You'll get at least a 70, but you'll be raised by 1 letter grade. Okay, you need to turn in a folder that contains your screenplay. That's a document file or a PDF or a phone screenshot of Fade In mobile app, storyboard, screenshot of timeline, and your exported MP4 file. So that's how we normally export stuff. So just export it like we've been exporting throughout the semester. That's how we're going to do it. Follow the instructions on posters in class. All right, this right here is Writer Duet, and I'll put a link to it in the assignment. But this is a web-based screenwriting application, and it puts it in the correct format. If you use this app, you will get credit for the correct format. It'll make it easy for you to make a screenplay. This is a screenshot of my phone. This is the app Fade In Mobile. The basic version is free. So I created a little screenplay here. So the way this works is this is a sample that comes in. I went ahead and added to the bottom of it here. So when you click on this S here, it turns it into a scene heading. And so interior, there we go. I'm going to fast forward this quite a bit. Okay, so next one is action. Okay, next one is the C, that's character. Okay, and then you can go back to action, and then at the end here, I kind of go through all of them. So you have the P for parenthetical, the D is dialogue, the T, what's the T? Transition, I think. Anyway, so yeah, transition, shot, and then you have normal text. It was kind of hard to export it. I think they took away some features from the free version to try to get you to buy the paid version. If you screenshot, like, once you can close out the, all right, if you can close out the keyboard and you can show, this, and then scroll down, screenshot, show the next one, I'll accept that as your screenplay. But if it's not this, please turn in a PDF or a document file of some sort. Okay, next we're going to go over the rubric. Okay, 150 points. Movie is a minute long. You can make it 15 seconds longer or shorter with no points taken off. 9 different shots. You have to have 9 different shots in there. Title, you get 5 points for putting a title in the film. Credits, 10 points for doing credits. $10 for following copyright. Okay, you need to use music in it. You can use sound effects, but cite everything you do. 5 points for having the required dialogue. 5 points for having the required prop. 5 points for having the required shot type. Shot progression. Okay, open, you get points for doing proper shot progression. Okay, establishing shot. Then you get medium, and then you get before you get to close-ups. 20 points for having a compelling storyline. Okay, 20 points for you being the one operating the camera. If someone else is operating the camera, you're going to get 0, did not attempt. So I want you to have the camera in your hand, be the camera operator. Okay, frame up your shots nicely, all that. Okay, you're going to be the one that edits. Workflow. I bumped workflow up to 20 points, and this is, I'm going to look at your folder. And this also, if there's anything in the instructions that I missed, I'm going to take it off from here. All instructions in assignment are followed. Folder contains all required files. So double check that you have everything. And required editing technique. Okay, so that's up in there. I might specify that. I thought I had in name which of these required techniques are match up to the J cut. I mean, not the J cut, the match cut, and the other things I have in there. Okay, so it seems like a lot. If you do all the easy things correctly, make it the right length, include a title, have credits, follow copyright, have the required dialogue, required prop, all that stuff, then let's just say you make a pretty crappy movie. You don't really use shot progression. The story doesn't make much sense. Okay, so you're at 5 over here. You lose 5 points. You lose 9 points here. Lose 9 points here. And then you lose 10 points here. But you got the workflow right. You're still like in 120 point range, which is, 120 out of 150 is still quite a bit of points. So you can still get a pretty decent grade with a crappy movie just by demonstrating all the standards that we learned about workflow and, just following directions. So, I hope you have fun making these movies. I'm excited to see them, and good luck. This will be fun for us to watch on our last day of class.